everybody, welcome back to another video. This is my long-awaited, well not really, but birthday book haul video, and it's taken this long because I ordered some books online because it was really cheap that way, and the last one just got here, so now we are going to talk about all the cool books that I got on my birthday book shopping weekend. So starting off with books that I got as gifts, we have Jane of Lantern Hill by L.M. Montgomery, who you probably know is the author of Anne of Green Gables, and I actually, have never read Anne of Green Gables. I've watched the old movies, and well, they're not super old, and I love them a lot, but I actually haven't ever read Anne of Green Gables, so I'm excited to read this one. It's got a really cute cover. And yeah, this was a gift from my dad's girlfriend. And then out of all the books that I got, well, the books I bought as well as were given to me, these are some of my favorites. These were given to me by my mom. And it's the Chuck Black, the whole Star-Lord Legacy series. But there's something super special about these books. And that is, all of them are signed by the author to me. I had like a stroke when I saw these. I love them so much. They are prized possessions at this point. I mean, I could not even believe it when I saw those. And then I'll just do these books by like bookstores, like the books I got at Barnes & Noble, the books I got at other stores. And starting off, we went to this huge, the store was humongous, antique slash, the camera's shaking a lot because baby's right behind it. We went to this ginormous antique store. It had stuff that wasn't antique, but most of it was. And I don't think the person who priced the books that were there knew how much they were worth, because here we have from the Folio Society, which, for context, some of their books I've looked on their website before are like $150 for one book. And I got, these were sealed in the box set. They're not in the box set right now, but I have it over on my shelves. They were sealed, so brand new. And this is the History of the Decline and the Fall of the Roman Empire by Edward Gibbon. All 4 volumes for $50. Which was crazy, because like I said, I don't think the person who was pricing these books knew how much they were worth. Or maybe I got scammed, I'm not sure. But these are gorgeous books, and I really love learning about ancient cultures like ancient Greece, ancient Rome, so these are going to be so interesting and, what's the word, insightful to read about, or to read, and I'm so excited, and these were definitely a huge score. And then also at that antique store, I got a collection of Mark Twain stories, and it's The Celebrated Jumping Frog, which I have read, and other stories, and it's pretty simple, but I really love it. And this was only $4. The books were incredibly cheap. And then lastly from that store, I have a Jules Verne collection of Around the World in 80 Days, Journey to the Center of the Earth, and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And it's super, super cool. It's got them in their subsuits exploring the ocean. I briefly read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea for school, so I sort of skim read it, but I think now I would enjoy it much more, so I'm very looking forward to reading these. The spine is a little damaged, a little crackly when I open it, so hopefully, oh, there's Miss Willow. She's been a little crazy these past couple of days. And then, this was really cool. So we went to this indie bookstore. There weren't a lot of indie bookstores in the city we went to, because Barnes & Noble, the closest one, is 3.5 hours away. And so, as well as there are not many big bookstores in that city, it was mainly Barnes & Noble was the reason we went. But this was one of a few indie bookstores I found that were had a pretty wide selection, and I got Frostlight by Danielle Bullen there, and I've been wanting to read this book for a really long time. I'm actually currently reading it, not that far in, but it's pretty good so far. And like Barnes and Noble didn't even have this, or this other big indie bookstore. It was really big, but they didn't even have this book. So I'm really surprised I found it there. And we got to the hotel, and I was gonna start reading this, and I opened it because I hadn't even opened it, and it's signed by the author. I got this for $11. So that's incredible. And this cover, honestly, is so stunning. I love this cover so much. Her other book, I think it's called The Sparrow in the Sun, has a stunning cover too. Whoever designs her covers is really, really good at it, because I love this cover so much. And then these I just got at Walmart. They were on sale, and I love the Hunger Games, and I haven't read the new one, and this set of beautiful ones with really cool sprayed edges came with the Ballad of Songbird and Snakes, which I haven't read, but I've watched the movie and I really loved the movie, so I'm super excited to read this one, as well as there's a new one coming out, The Sunrise on the Reaping, I think in March, and hopefully they come out with the same sort of editions as these so they all match. But look how pretty the Mockingjay one is. I think this is the beautiful one, the most beautiful one out of them all. But because I have the hardcovers, the basic hardcovers for these, but I just really loved them and they were on sale, so I decided to get them. Okay, then we'll talk about the books that I got at Barnes & Noble. To be honest, I was a little disappointed with the selection at the Barnes & Noble. It was pretty big, but it still didn't have a lot of the books I was looking for. That's why I ordered a lot online, and I honestly didn't get too many there. But starting off, I have two little poetry collection books. We have Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven and Other Poems. And I love this size of book. I feel like this is perfect for just little poetry books, and it's super beautiful with the color palette, and I love The Raven poem. I have read that one before. And then along with that, we have the selected poems of Emily Dickinson. And like I said, this size, I just really love this little tiny leather bound almost with the imprinted details. So stunning. And then they had so many editions of this book, but I honestly really liked this one, as well as it was it was cheap. Well, way cheaper than the super special ones. I just loved the color palette of this one, and that's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. Big boy is howling out there. Yeah, I just love the color palette on this one. It's so cute, and as well as it's got like that soft texture for the paperback. I love that in paperbacks. So this one I've been wanting to get for a while. Here is Mr. Pig himself. What? What's the matter? No. And then, we have a graphic novel, and that's The Moth Keeper. I actually have read this. This is such a cute little book. It's by Kay O'Neill. And this reminds me of the song Harpy Hare. I don't know how to say the composer. I think it's like Yalork. That is not how you say it, but that song feels like this book, if that makes sense. But this book is so cute, and I have read it, and the artwork is so stunning. And I'm definitely trying to get more into graphic novels because I have found that I really enjoy them. And then finally, the final books that I got at that store were the two novellas in the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson, which is Edge Dancer and Dawn Shard. I was gonna buy the two like actual books that are novellas at Barnes & Noble that I don't have to complete like the Stormlight Archive series so I could read it all in one go. But they were extraordinarily expensive, and I found them online for way cheaper. So I'll show you the ones I got online. But first, we went to the big indie bookstore that I talked about in the beginning, and the books there were really overpriced in my opinion, but I did find one that I've been looking for, and that's The Wood at Midwinter by Susanna Clarke, and I have read this. It's so cute. This author, so unique. It's just such a unique story, and it's definitely explores like different kinds of emotion. I'm not gonna give a review, that'll be in the February wrap-up video, but and this cover is so pretty. I definitely am interested in reading more by this author because I really did like this one. And now we'll talk about the books that I got online, starting with The Complete Brambley Hedge book by Jill Barklam. I wanted to get this at Barnes & Noble, but they didn't have it, so I got it online. And for some reason, like, all the books on Amazon were something % off. I don't know, like, why, but a lot of them had special deals going on, so this one was way cheaper than it originally is. But this is such a cute little book. It definitely reminds me of the Beatrix Potter books. And I don't know if I'll take the dust jacket off, because normally I do with hardcovers, especially if it's the same underneath, which this one is the same. But I think I might keep this one on just to sort of protect it as long as I can, because this is honestly so cute. I love stories about little animals. Then I have a book that I am super excited to read, and I got this on eBay for only $7, and that's Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Apparently in the whole Cosmere universe, you're supposed to read this, like these 3 books, I think, first. Because there's like 2 different ages of Mistborn, and you're supposed to read the first age and then the Stormlight Archive books. I didn't know that when I picked up The Way of Kings, so we're just going to have to backtrack. But this is going to be a highly anticipated read. And next we have, well actually I'll just go with the Brandon Sandersons I got online. So we have The Rhythm of War, which these books are so big. And this is nothing special, just the standard hardcover. And then The Monstrosity That Is Wind and Truth. This book is actually humongous. I mean, this is gonna take a while to read, but I am really excited to read all of the Stormlight Archives in one go. Because I don't think the next one is coming out for like 7 years, which is crazy, but understandable considering how big and how much plot goes on in those books. And then the last book is The Unfinished Tales of Numenor and Middle-earth by J.R.R. Tolkien. I saw this at Barnes & Noble, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to get it. But it was really expensive there, and my mom, who is amazing, she was like, let me look at it online. And it was way cheaper online, so I decided to go with the cheaper version so that I could further my money and get more books. And this is a really pretty book. It's got the maps, and I love reading about all the lore and the history behind Middle-earth. And this one does have illustrations in it. That one's supposed to be like that. I don't want to break the spine though. And I feel like all of these books that were edited by Christopher Tolkien, as well as all of the J.R.R. Tolkien books, are super beautiful and really nice quality. Like, I really love this dust jacket. But that was just a quick rapid fire video of all the books that I got on my birthday weekend. And I actually did get a new bookcase, and I will have a tour for that up hopefully soon. And I really loved how that bookcase turned out. It's probably my favorite out of all of the ones that I have. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry if the camera is sort of shaking up and down. It might or might not be. But once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you had a nice Valentine's Day, and goodbye.